In the middle of nowhere. Hey y'all, how you doing? It's me again, Boss Lady, Empress Renee, Tasha, Miss Renee, Miss Tasha. No matter what you call me, as long as you call me. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm back again with y'all. Y'all know I always got something to talk about. There's always some juice. But I said juice, I ain't say tea, y'all, because there's some juice. There's always some juice going on. So, I'm here to talk to y'all about these children. And we was talking about yesterday about how everything is going on about the asteroid that hit Earth and about how the fallen angels are here, and how we need to pay attention and nurture our spirituality. But we also have to make sure that we are informing these children. That's what I was speaking about when my video cut off yesterday. It cut off by itself. I had like maybe 15 more minutes, but the video ended up cutting off by itself. I guess I'm going to say it was spirit that cut it out. Spirit of love and light that cut that off because I figured he was saying you talked enough. But we need to start informing these children about what's going on. Us adults need to stop sitting around talking about these things amongst ourselves. These children are always in our mouths anyway. Let's give them something that they need to be hearing and need to be listening to, something that they can carry through with them throughout life. We don't give these children enough credit, y'all. These children are more understanding than we are. They're more open and more aware than we are. We are the ones who close these children down. We are the ones who shut them down and dumb them down by telling them, no, that's not true. No, you didn't see what you thought you saw. No, that could not have possibly happened. These things are real. These children, they come here open. That's the reason they have that soft spot in the top of their heads in their crown. They come here with their crown open already, y'all. And we're the ones who are missing the mark, because when that crown is open, that's when we're supposed to be feeding those children knowledge. I ain't talking about this bull crap. Yeah, I be so interested and so fascinated because these children can do the new dances and they know all these new songs and stuff. And I can't believe I ain't never told her where she got that from. She got it from TV. They're getting it from YouTube. They're getting it from everybody but you, because everybody is pouring into your child but you. We have to start pouring in information, the information that they need into them. It's not about the new shoes. It's not about the new clothes. It's not about how you look. Oh, my baby's cute and all this is going on. That's not the case. Tell her to stop. That's not the case. We need to pay attention to these children's spirituality. We need to nurture their spirituality. I talk all the time about us nurturing our spirituality, but we have to pour the same knowledge into these children and stop downing them. Stop dumbing them down. Stop thinking these children don't understand what you're talking about. We want to give them this knowledge now so that I'm talking over myself. We want to give them this knowledge now so that when these things start to take place in their lives and they start to see things that people have always told them that are not true, these things, something would click in the back of the head. You're like, you know what? I heard about this. I heard somebody say that before. And it won't be so foreign to them. It won't be so disbelieving to them and unreal, because this stuff is real. I mean, because the thing about it is, had we not been sitting around our elders when they was telling these stories, these folk tales that we thought they were then, they were telling these stories because they experienced these things. Now, these people have experienced these things, and they were telling us all about all these experiences and stuff. That's the reason now today we're able to relate to those things, because we've heard them before. It's not foreign to us. To a lot of us, it's not foreign. And to those that it is foreign to, you better get with somebody and talk to them and find out what's going on, and stop thinking everything is a conspiracy theory, because it's not. Just because you don't understand it or you have not personally experienced it does not mean that it's not happening, and that it has not happened, and it has not been happening and going to continue to happen. I placed some I'm going to go back in and re-edit and place these verses in here in the description, because every time I get to typing in my description and everything, and I'm almost done. And this time I was actually done and and I went in and I clicked go live, and everything was deleted. Everything. So I had to start back over and just put some stuff in there. So I can go ahead and get on here and get started, because like I said, everything tries to stop me from getting on here for whatever reason. But anyway, we have to teach these children. Y'all start pouring into these children. If you see something, tell these children. If something's going on, tell these children. If it's something that's going to save them, talk to them about it. I mean, we were told to go forth and teach the nations, like I said, and we were told to raise these children up in the way that they should go. These mothers and fathers, we've been told to not provoke our children. We've been told to train them and to teach them. And see, the thing, and to protect them. But see, we're so busy trying to protect their image and their flesh. Not to say that we're not supposed to be doing those things, but we have to realize that we're responsible for their souls as well. We're supposed to protect their souls. That's what we are. We're soul savers. Where it came from, but that's what we are. We're soul savers. We're responsible for these children. So we are responsible for the soul that sits next to us. Now, we can't make anybody do anything, but we can plant that seed. And that's what we should be doing now, planting seeds, so that we can sit back and watch them grow into something beautiful. I mean, I'm not talking about going out and planting no weed. I mean, because I've never even heard of anybody planting a weed. Weeds grow on their own. See, and that's not something that we want to do. These weeds that grow up around these beautiful flowers that are sucking the life out of them, killing these beautiful flowers. That's the same thing that's going on with our children, because they don't know the people in the places that they should be around or be in, because they're not being taught. We're so concerned about their image. Oh, my child didn't do it. If somebody come tell you your child did something, and especially when they come and tell me my child did something, I'm going to believe before I don't believe it. I'm going to believe it before I don't believe it, because that causes less harm. So if I believe that my child actually did what this adult said that my child did, I know to go down there and get on my child, bring my child home, talk to my child or whatever. But if I don't believe it, that's continue to allow my child to feel like they can get away with what they want to get away with, and they're going to continue to do those things and continue not just cause harm upon other people, they're causing harm to themselves as well, more so than anybody else, because there's their soul that has to be held accountable for their actions. And that goes back to you, parents. That's your soul that has to be held accountable for your child's actions if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you're not teaching them the way that they should go, if you're not pouring into that child the important information that they need. We waste too much time because for some reason we feel like we have all the time in the world. Even when we see people around us falling every day, they're dying every day. People, what Sister Jones, wasn't nothing wrong with Sister Jones. She was just helped. I just saw her yesterday. Yes, you did. But see, people are wasting time. Sister Jones may have been a wonderful person. Sister Jones may have been, I'm talking about the best neighbor that you could have ever had. But Sister Jones may have not been doing what she was supposed to be doing. I don't care how good she was doing. I don't care how much she was doing for her community. But if that's not what God called her to do, that doesn't matter. That's why we should hold ourselves, people of Yah, people of the true divine creator. We should start holding ourselves accountable for our fellow man. We're in a position right now that we should realize that we should not leave anybody behind. There is a rule that there is no man left behind. We should do everything possible in our power to make sure that our sisters and our brothers are doing the things that they are supposed to be doing. Make sure that they know the things that they're supposed to be doing. Because a lot of times people are walking around here, they're not just walking around here doing this crazy stuff because they want to. A lot of times people are lost and they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They don't even know how to ask the question and who to ask the question to. If we are disciples, of the Most High, creator, if we're disciples of Yahushua Hamashiach, we should know the things that we should be doing. And it shouldn't be a problem with us doing it. Like I tell you, every time I get in front of this camera, I don't know what I'm going to say. And I'm going to tell y'all what I got wrote down. I ain't got nothing wrote down but some Bible scriptures. But I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to move when Spirit say move. And that's the way everybody should be. If you've never been that way before, if you've never even thought about being that way before, if you thought about being, just don't know how to do it, there is no way. There are no instructions. You just do it. If he say, I want you to get up and talk before these people, you may not know what you're going to say or what he wants you to say. You just get up there and I guarantee you he's going to lead the way. He just want to see if you're going to do it. A lot of times the test don't be for somebody else. You better make sure you passing these tests, y'all. Like I say, y'all teach these children what they need to know. Talk to these babies. It does not matter how old they are. Because if they can say eat, they can say I love you. If they can say, Mama, I got a pee-pee, they can say, Mama, teach me more. It's our job to make sure that these children are hungry for the truth. And stop pouring in this unnecessary stuff to our children. We are the ones who are, I'm saying we as a collective, we are the ones who are corrupting our children. We blame everybody else, but their finger never turns around to us. And you know damn well you ain't been doing what you've been doing for JoJo. You know you ain't. You know you get off work, you're tired. You just want to go lay down, watch TV, maybe smoke you a blunt. It is what it is. Y'all know I'm very blunt. I'm going to try to keep the curse words down to a minimum. I promise you I am. Because that's just me working on myself. That's not even so much for anybody else. That's for me and for my creator. But we have to do better as a people. We have to do better for these children. We have to do better with these children because, like I said, you know you ain't been doing what you're supposed to be doing with these children. You know you ain't been pointing to these children what you're supposed to be doing. Pouring to these children. I'm talking to the mothers right now. I'm only talking to the mothers right now because we are the ones who spend the most time with our children before they even enter this world. We have those children on our mind a lot of times before we even create them, before we even get together with some man, their dad, your husband. It don't matter who the man is. You got to get together with somebody to have a baby. It is what it is. So before you do that, a lot of us women, because I remember being a child and thinking myself, ooh, what do you want to be when you grow up? I remember being asked this question in junior high school. Oh my God, I was so glad that the teacher finally asked me this question because she had been asking everybody in the classroom this question throughout, the time that we had been sitting in this setting. And I was just waiting. Now, I was always the shy kid in school. Everywhere I was, even when we had to do our dance contest at home, I was always the one who was shy back there like this. I was dancing, but I'm like this. But I was waiting. I was ready. So she said, okay, so Miss Latosha, what would you like to be when you grow up? And I want to be a mama. I want to be a wife. So that's what I'm saying. I knew at a young age that I wanted to be a mother. So these children were already in my mind and they were already in my heart before I even created them. We spend the most time with these children. And while we're creating these children in our mind, that's where it should start. When we're creating these children in our minds, we should be creating a great life for them. And that great life includes, information, vital information, important information. We get so sick of dealing with our children. We place them in front of these electronics. We place them in front of all this electronics. It is what it is. We don't send them outside to play. We're not allowing them to get this natural sunlight and this natural air and this natural rainwater, all of these sources that they need. They need each element. Actually, the house is not where they should be, and it just is what it is. We know it's not safe out there, but take y'all tails out there and play with them children. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Get your child back. You know what I'm saying? Get your childlike energy and your childlike, your playtime back. We need that as a parents. We need that as adults and parents too, especially as parents. We have to train these children. We have to talk to them. We have to teach them. We have to listen to them. Spend time with these children. I mean, they're not dolls. They're not toys to where once you get them, okay, you want to sit them to the side. You can't do that. Spend time with them. You want them to be better people? Spend time with them. You think, I mean, who learns on their own? And I feel bad for those who have had to come up learning things on their own because it's very traumatic. And it's not their fault. It's our fault. And I'm not saying that I've done, a bad job with my children. They've never told me I have. I mean, whew, I don't be being bragged by my babies, y'all, but they are like, they freaking bomb. They are the bomb. And I'm not ashamed of telling y'all, better stop bragging on y'all kids. Stop telling about what little Johnny did, that he didn't do this right and he didn't do. Tell them about what little Johnny did right. Tell them about what they did good. Talk about the good stuff that your children are doing that makes them want to do even better, y'all. We have to raise their vibration. Stop beating these children down. Bring them up and raise them with love. I'm not saying don't discipline your children. Every now and again, they do need a spanking because sometimes I want to hang these children about some tape. I'm just saying. I never hurt them, but I take some duct tape and tape them up there. They ain't going to be hurt. Now I put some soft just in case they fall apart. I love these babies. I love all children, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm on here now, because as a mother, we have to realize we're not just a mother to the children that we bring into this world. We're a mother to all children, whether you've given birth to a child or not. If you're a woman, we have a duty. We have a job. We have a due diligence to make sure that these children, every child, moves forward as we move forward. That's why we're constant. We're never supposed to be still. We're never supposed to be stagnated. We are energy. We are supposed to be in constant motion. We're doing something. I'm not saying be busy all day long, but make sure whatever you do, it is productive. And it is for the benefit of your good as well as somebody else's, especially these babies, y'all. I don't care how old they are. I got nephews who probably almost old as I am. But I guarantee you, every time I see them, the love that I feel in my heart, I just want to embrace them. And I call all of them my baby. I know they probably get tired of me saying they call them babies because they feel like they grown men. And my nieces too, they grown women. But they babies in my heart. They my babies. You know what I'm saying? And that's anybody's child. To me, that's anybody's child. Because nobody should have to come into this world and go through strife and grief unnecessarily. No one asked for that. And that's unfair just because you feel like you were raised a certain way. Well, I ain't get that and my mama did this. That was your mama, boo. You know how you wanted her to treat you. You know how you the love that you wanted to receive. Whether you received that or not, you know what it is that you needed. You know what you wished your mom or your dad had come in and done, talked to you about when you were in these rooms, crying or whatever the situation may have been. You know what you needed. The things that you needed then, change that cycle, y'all, and pour those things out into your children. The things that you didn't receive, pour it out into your children. I'm not talking about materialistic things. Because shit, if you ask me, I say, y'all take y'all tails down at the Walmart, get them children shoes, get them clothes, as long as their feet covered, their shoes covered, they got their crowns covered, they got their books, they got the things in their head, because this right here is what's important. What they got up here and what they got in here. That's what's important. None of the other stuff matters. But we put so much emphasis on those things to where we're missing the point. We're missing the entire point, and we're causing our children to miss the whole mark. They don't even know it's a point there. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not pouring into them as we should. We we have to be better. We have to get better. Now, we sit all day long and we would cry over, and like I said, I'm talking to the women right now. Not to say men, I'm not talking to you as well, because you're not excluded in this. But I can only talk to a woman about how a woman and a mother is supposed to be, because I'm a woman. But I know these men, y'all know what y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all supposed to be pouring into these children too, because they need mama and dad. They need their creators, all three of them. If you get what I mean. Not just one. And it's not because I ain't make this baby by myself, I shouldn't have to take care of this. No, it's just the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 3 people raising your child at all times. At least 3 people raising your child at all times. That's that mama, that's that daddy, and that is the divine creator. And see, it's been so often, and it's so often, so much that 2 of those are taken out, and it's just only one left to raise his child. Not only is that not fair to that parent, whether it's mother or father, not only is that not fair to that parent, but that is so unfair to that child. That child needs everything that they can get, especially everything that's good. It's so much bad in this world, y'all. Y'all should want to give these children some good stuff. Pour that good stuff into them. Pour that good knowledge into them. Ain't nothing wrong making them children sit down and read, right? Just shut up sometimes. It ain't nothing wrong with it. They need to learn how to be still. They need to know that it's not playtime anymore. It's not playtime for them anymore either. It's time to be teaching, because playtime, it's never been playtime actually. But if there's never been a playtime before, it's really not now. And we do. I'm like, I say, you go in deep and you dive in deep with these children. They understand. Them kids can come back and tell you what you're supposed to be doing better than you can. They'll tell you, Mama, you probably need to leave such and such alone, because I don't like the way he treated you. Well, I don't like the way she talked to you, Mama. Why she look? Y'all better start paying attention. Listen to these children. As you're pouring into them, allow those children to pour into you. They have knowledge that you know nothing about. Because we want to think everything is silly that a child does. Oh, that's just a child. Y'all heard that saying out of the mouths of babes, because they tell the truth. Talk to them. See how they're feeling. Just like my ancestors are visiting me, they're being visited. I ain't even gonna lie. I've been visited since I was a child. It's nothing new to me. I've been talking to what they say ghosts, Hank spirits. I've been talking to them since I was a little girl. Visited many times, and have had conversations. So don't let nobody tell y'all this stuff ain't real, because it's real. I know what the heck I seen. I know what I've done. I know how I felt. It don't matter how silly it sounds to somebody else. And you know it don't matter to me if I'm sitting on here talking to y'all about it. I don't care how silly it sounds. Because y'all know it ain't silly. Y'all feel how y'all want to feel about it. But y'all know what's real. But y'all better start teaching these children about what's real as well. We can't keep on thinking we can just skate by life and hope the things skip them. Y'all love on these babies. Love on these children. I'm talking about when y'all spanking they look, I just got through having to discipline one of my nephews, right? He ain't have to do nothing but hold his arms up for. He 10. I just had him standing in the corner for 10 minutes, right? Now he been there jumping around, playing, doing everything he ain't supposed to be doing, everything we've asked him not to do, but he's been doing it. Now his birthday was yesterday. And y'all make sure y'all wish my baby happy birthday. Although I had to get on this tail today. But I had to explain to him once he was off of once he did his time, because he did the crime. I talked to him, and I loved on him, and I hugged him, and I told him to explain to me, now you tell me why Auntie Tasha had to place you in that corner, and why Auntie Tasha didn't give you the things that you asked for. And it's good to talk to these children. Don't just go in there whooping on these damn children. Y'all find out what's going on, because half the time they probably really ain't did it. If they say they ain't did it, I don't know how it happened. A lot of times it is what it is, y'all. But when you done caught them red-handed doing something, you talk to them. You make sure that they understand why they are being disciplined. Now we know why. We know they know why. But you want to get that full understanding. Like I tell you, ain't nothing like communication. And it's really nothing like comprehension. Make sure that these children are comprehending. Make sure that those wires are connecting, because sometimes there is a disconnect. It is what it is. We have that often as well as adults. Because we have a whole lot of stuff going through our mind. Y'all stop thinking these kids ain't got nothing going on. Stop thinking they ain't got stuff going through their mind. Half the time they worry about the mess that you into. Talk to these children. Love on these children. Discipline them with love. Pure, true, good intentions. And you allow these children to pour back into you, to give you life. A lot of y'all dead walking around here. Y'all sleepwalking because y'all not allowing anybody to pour into you. Be open. Be open, but use discernment. Use divine discernment to know what is to enter and what is not. Take only what resonates with you. That's in any situation, in any book, in anything. That's in life, period. Because everybody we can learn from. Everybody we are supposed to be learning from. Regardless of what the lesson is, we're supposed to learn something. Y'all get out y'all feelings and get out y'all emotions. Get the lessons that y'all supposed to get and leave that other mess alone. You'll get caught up every now and again in your emotions, and that's okay. You cleanse. Let them emotions cleanse you. And you get your tail up and you keep on walking. Live to see another day. Go and do what you got to do. Okay, like I said, y'all make sure y'all nurture these children's spirituality. Nurture your spirituality. Get to know yourself. Teach your children how to get to know themselves. Stop telling these children they didn't see what they saw. Stop telling these children this stuff ain't true what they heard. Get clarity. Clarify things for them. There is supernatural things going on in this world. Let them know that, because these children are in danger, y'all. Because whatever is trying to attack you and attach itself to you, it's first going to go to them, because they are so vulnerable. And Satan knows how a lot of parents are with their children. They're very disbelieving. They know that they're very, unattached, disconnected. Connect with your children. That's your lifeline, y'all. If something happened to y'all, what y'all think? Y'all ain't taught you ain't taught Susie nothing. You ain't taught her nothing, but you think she gonna be able to take care of you if something was to happen to you. How the hell Susie gonna take care of you? You been taking care of Susie all her life. She ain't never had to take care of herself. Ain't never had to wash her own tail. Ain't never had to wash her own face. Ain't never had to do nothing for herself. But you expect her to be able to do these things for you, but you haven't taught her to do anything. Start pouring into these children. Start teaching these children. Raise these children up the way they're supposed to be. Stop being mean to these children because y'all ass is mad about these men. Or you mad about these women because they ain't doing what y'all supposed to do, because y'all thought having these children is going to keep this man or keep this woman or keep this situation at a state. It's truly a state of unbelief. Truly, what is the word I'm looking for? A false state. You're going to be in a false state all the time because you're using these children to get things that are not yours. If that man want or that woman want to be with you, you ain't got to do nothing to get that man. You should not have to change the way you are to get nobody or to keep nobody. Because the thing about it, if somebody want to be there, they're going to be there. People do exactly what they want to do. Don't tell nobody they ain't got time for you. They ain't have time because I had to do that. People do what they want to do. People prioritize accordingly. Let me put it that way. So now where you fall in that accordingly line, that's between you and that person. You need to find out your status. Find out where you sit. Find out where you stand. Stop putting these people before your children. These people are grown. If they grown enough to lay down and make a baby, they grown enough to learn some things. Your job is not to be teaching these people. Your job is not to be raising grown people, but you are to make sure that their soul is saved if that's any way possible. You plant seeds. You continue to plant seeds. I don't care if people don't believe you or not. You continue to plant seeds. But while you plant seeds in these grown ass folks, you better make sure you pouring and planting seeds in your children. Everybody heard, I believe children are the future. Everybody heard that song. Everybody thought that song, oh, I love that song because I love Whitney Houston. You better love that message. These children are the future. Now, however you want your future to be, that's up to you. But I'm going to do every damn thing I can to make sure my future is great. And by doing that, you pour into these children and make sure that they are great and they are the greatest that they can even possibly be beyond their imagination. Stop putting limits on these children. Tell them, no, I don't care what they done been through. I don't think you're going to be able to do that, son. You probably know you better feed into that child, baby. You can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. You can go anywhere you want to go because who the fuck going to stop you? Can't nobody stop you but you. Start teaching these children that can't nobody stop their progress and their success but them. The devil can't even do it. But when it gets to the point to where you're not teaching them anything and you're not pouring into them and you're not telling them these things, then the problem ain't the children. They're not stopping themselves. You're stopping them. You're hindering them, and you're going to be held accountable for that. Stop hindering these children. Stop dumbing them down. Them kids understand shit better than you understand. I promise you they do. They can come back and tell you everything. Dad did everything. Mom did when they wasn't around. Oh, baby, they can tell you everything, break it down to you so that you can understand what they talking about because they want that person to get in trouble because that wasn't right. Just like that, you can pour into them that good stuff, that good knowledge, that stuff that they need, that those things that are going to carry them throughout this lifetime and even the next lifetime, whether you believe it or not. It is what it is. Pour into these children. Let them know that they are great. Stop talking bad to these kids. I hate to hear somebody call their child stupid. You little bitch, you gonna. I'm just repeating what they said. They all into these children like they adults. Then you wanna get mad when they pour those things back into you. But see, that's the seed you planted. You planted that seed. If you want destruction in your life, stop pouring into them children. You want to be on your knees every night praying and wondering where your child is? Stop pouring into them children. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you want people who are going to go out here and they're going to heal a nation, if you want people who are going to grow up and they're going to embrace their fellow man, if you want people to grow, if you want these kids to grow up and be able to heal you and help you when you can't do anything else, pour into these children. Pour love into these children. Pour knowledge. And I'm not talking about this book. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Pour this knowledge into these children. Plant these seeds, y'all. Don't let your child grow up to be a weed. Don't let your child grow up around weeds. If you see that flower growing, if you see that flower growing beautifully and you start to see these weeds start to grow up around this flower, pluck that flower and go plant it somewhere else. But see, the only way you're going to be able to pluck that flower, you got to make sure it's got roots, baby. We are the roots. We have to realize we are the big mamas now. We are the elders now. And if we don't do it, no one is. And we are causing a world of destruction, a world of dismay, a world of strife, a world of grief, a world of just trouble and chaos and conflict, confusion. Pour into these children. Pour the knowledge into them that they need. Pour into these children the things that you always have wished that someone poured into you. The way that you wish your mom had treated you and loved on you. The way you wish your dad had come home and embraced you. Whatever it is, pour it into them. They deserve every bit of it and more. They deserve the world, y'all. We're supposed to be giving these children the world. They shouldn't be needing for anything. They shouldn't be wanting for anything, especially if we can provide it. And we can provide our children with anything they want and anything that we need as long as we know who our daddy is. Because he said if we ask for it, it shall be given unto us. We have not because we ask not. Teach these children how to talk to God. Teach them how to go into their private spaces when they can't talk to you. Let them know they always got somebody to talk to. They always got a friend. They're never alone. Don't ever let your child feel like they're alone. I don't care if you can't do it, if your mind is not, you instill God in them children. Tell them about Yahushua. Tell them who he is. Tell them where he come from. Tell them where he wants them to be, what he wants them to be. Pour into these children. If you can't do anything else, if you can't love your child the way that child needs to be loved, because it is some people out here who just can't do that. That's understandable. But while you pouring into this child, you make sure you pour God into the child. And while you pouring into the child, I guarantee you it's gonna spill into you too. And as it spills into you, you're going to continue to want to reach out and teach that child. The more you teach that child, the more you're going to learn. Because the child is going to start to pour into you, baby. That's your blessing. The child is going to, in turn, bless you. Yeah, pour into these babies. They deserve nothing but the absolute best. That's all. They deserve the best in life. You give them the things that they need. You lead them the way that they should be led. You take them to places they should go. Let them listen to the stuff that they should be listening to. Y'all get these video games out these children's hands. Get these babies off YouTube. They watching everything. Everything. Sit down with your babies. Talk to them. Pick a book up. Read to them. Allow them to read to you. I don't care if they don't know the words. Let them make these stories up. Read to them. Spend that time. They need that. They need that nourishment. They need that nurturing. They need that togetherness. They need that love. Because if you don't pour love into them, how the heck do we expect them to know how to love someone else? They don't even know how to love themselves because we haven't poured love into them. We gotta pour that love into them, y'all. We gotta pour that knowledge into them. Are we going to leave them blank books for their entire life? So the only thing that's written on those pages is trauma, deceit, lies, hurt, pain, shadows. We are parents, y'all. We are mothers. And we have to know our roles. Like I said, if you can't do it, take that baby somewhere where that child can get what it needs. If you can't do it, bring someone into your life trustworthy. Use your divine discernment now with this. You don't have everybody around your children. I don't care if it's family, friend, or foe. It does not matter. You don't have everybody around your children. Now, y'all watch these purses more than y'all watch these children. And y'all know I always talk about it. Y'all pay attention to these men and these women, these little girls and these little boys, whatever they are, more than y'all pay attention to these children. Because I ain't got time for that. But you got time to go and follow and stalk this man and see where he going, who he talking to, where he been. You know, shit, let me see. I ain't gonna go there. But y'all know what I mean. Y'all do everything else but take care of the assignment that was given to you. The blessing that was placed before you. These children are blessings. And y'all better realize that. These children are blessings. Because it's a lonely world, y'all. It's a lonely world. I don't care if it's your child or somebody else's child. It don't matter. Pour into these children. They need it. They need it today more than they've ever needed. Every child has always needed that. But now it's real, y'all. It's detrimental. The future is here. What are you going to do? Y'all going to continue to feed them lies? Or just not feed them anything? I better tell these kids something. And y'all better tell them the truth. I don't care how crazy it sounds. I don't care how stupid or silly they may laugh. It does not matter. They're going to laugh right now. But I guarantee in a couple of years and something like that crosses their eyes or crosses their whatever, their path or whatever, they are going to remember. Mama said that. Auntie said that. Miss Renee, she said that. Everything is not a conspiracy theory. Teach your children not to think that way. Teach your children to have an open mind so that they can go forth and be great, so that they can go forward to be good people, and so they can go forward and make the right decisions, so that they can go forward and use their divine discernment because they did know what their divine discernment is. I can't say it enough. Nurture your spirituality. Nurture these children's spirituality. That does not mean being up in the church every day, all day long, because I guarantee the church ain't behind no walls. How many times you can't teach somebody something the same thing over and over and over again? If I've been going to this church for 17 years, 20 years, my whole life, and I'm still getting the same lesson, how many times do I have to learn this same lesson? Jesus died. Jesus rose. He coming back again. Okay, what we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? When he come back, what we supposed to do? I mean, who's answering these questions? If these questions haven't been answered for you, they're definitely not answered for your child. Your child don't even know what questions to ask. Teach these children, pour into these children. Stop being hypocritical, because that's what it is. You've been taught, whether you decide to walk away from y'all or not, because see, I'm telling you, the Creator don't leave us, we leave him. Now, if you decide that you want to walk from the Creator, walk away from the Creator, that's your business. But you don't take nobody's hand and pull them along with you. If you've been taught, you teach these children so that they can come before us and continue to teach us and continue to pour into us. Because every day we live is every day we learn. We're never done learning. And there will be those that we have taught that's going to come and in turn teach us. We have to realize that we can't be leaders without knowing how to follow. And we may have to follow these children. And that's fine with me. As long as, especially the ones I done raised, baby, I follow them to the end of the earth because I know they know. And I know they got me. And they got y'all ass too if y'all try to mess with me. Period. I'm trying to tell you, I'm being silly now, y'all, but but on a serious note, really, really pour into these children. Tell these children about Teach them about spirituality. I'm not talking about Christianity, because Christianity is a hindrance. I said it, and I mean it, and I'm going to stand on it. It is a hindrance, because in Christianity, you're told not to question God. You can't ask him nothing, but you can ask him for fun. That's hypocritical. You better not come and ask me for nothing. You don't never ask me. Ask me for something you never asked me. Nothing for no knowledge. I need that knowledge. I need that clarity. I need intellectual conversation. You can keep all that other mess. You can keep all that gossip and all the other crap. Don't nobody want that mess. Teach these children how to sit down and be able to and have a conversation. They don't even know how to sit down and be still. Pour into these children, y'all. I ain't finna hold y'all too long, but I'm just going. That is just what I came on here to say, because that's been placed on my heart to pour that out into you all, so that you will know, if you didn't know before, how imperative it is that we teach these children, and we get a hold of them now and start teaching them now. I don't care how old Johnny is. He's 16. He can sit his ass down. He can listen. He's 6. He can sit his ass down and he can listen. He 2. He can sit down and he can listen. If you rocking that baby, you nursing that baby. That baby can sit down and he can listen. It's imperative that we teach these children. It's imperative that we as parents know that they're not dumb, and to know not to dumb our children down. Pour into them. Pour love into them. Pour knowledge into them. True knowledge. Not just what you think you know. Get y'all tails out there and do some research so y'all can teach these children right, so you can learn right. Teach them how to love properly. Teach them how to love themselves. Because I guarantee you, if you have that self-love, if you teach them how to love themselves, if you love yourselves enough, if you love yourself the way you know your Creator loves you, love yourself the way you know you want to be loved. And if you can do that, nothing else really matters. Because you got it going on in, baby. Because can't nobody come and tell you nothing. Can't nobody come and stop your shine. Can't nobody come and hinder you or stagnate you, because you know that you know your capabilities. Because you know who you are. And once you know who you are, you can't never unknow that. You'll never go back to who you were, who you thought you were. You'll never go back there again. You can't do this on. There ain't no way but up from there. Allow them that chance. Allow them that opportunity to be the best person that they can be in this lifetime. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Do your job. Do your due diligence. If you've ever felt obligated to do anything, this is what it should be. Like I said, this is not just for the people who've had children, who've given birth to children. This is for every mother, every father, every man, every woman. You take somebody's hand. If you don't have children, you find a child. You mentor that child. Teach that child and bring that child up right. Because like I said, these children are our future. And I don't know. The way it's looking now, it ain't looking so bright. And I know it's too many lights out here for it to be looking as dull. Y'all stop dulling these children's lights because y'all ass don't want to shine. Okay, I'm finna get on off here because I feel it coming on. I'm about to go in. I ain't finna do that tonight because I love y'all so much. And I appreciate you for allowing me to be before you. And I'll be back again soon. Like I tell y'all, I move when spirit say move, just like that.